So earlier I was talking about the handy iPhone and what I thought was so nifty about it. Um, Basically because it was lightweight, easy to use, good for people who like to graze media. And even though my last two iPods have been unpleasant experiences, the iPhone so far has been pretty good. Which led me into discussions about Twitter. Cut that first video off, and I want to talk really rapidly about Twitter. Um, as I happened upon an article by Sam Harrelson, and then I happened upon a Twitter by a colleague who spotted me with my iPhone running into a building, into a window, into a person. Apparently I didn't look up. And when I went back to my medical history, that reminded me of a concept, proprioception, I believe it's called, and that's sort of where we're aware of our limbs, or we're unconsciously of where we're at. It's sort of a function of agility. It's sort of a system that allows us to know uh, where our muscles are moving, where our body is in relation to our arms and our legs. And the more I got to thinking about that, this particular author, and you can find the article in my Twitter stream, twitter.com/wporter, refer to it as social proprioception. And that really what is, I believe, the value of Twitter. It's not just something that you look at as a singular thing. It's something that you look at as a whole. That's the value. It's sort of the whole thing combined, a group of individuals. It's our reaction to the fact that we are a distributed culture, that we tend to work and communicate in silos. We are distributed across the world. And because of this, we don't have the normal unspoken uh, body language, which really makes up the majority of our communication. Uh, we don't know who's necessarily had a bad day, or who's out of the office, or who's on a roll, or who's having personal situations. And when we think and when we deconstruct simple things like, I had a great lunch. It was tuna fish on rye with seaweed and whatever kind of bean sprouts or whatever this person likes, and they had it and they enjoyed it. It's almost they're quantifying that they're satiated. They're quantifying their mood. They're putting that into a micro chunk form that we can understand. We look at these things as trivial or not very important, and by themselves they may not be. Although if you're a sales guy and you're really acute and you really want to know maybe what your target likes to eat, doesn't like to eat, I use the word target loosely, prospect, I think a better term, that could be valuable information. So really, quality of information is relative. And if you look at the whole Twitter timeline, the sort of collective consciousness, it gains more value over time. It gives us a sense of where an organization or where our social group is, or what's on their mind, or what they're thinking. I think that's a pretty interesting concept. I think that's a pretty interesting, I don't know if it's a step in retrograde or if it's a step towards the future. You recall ICQ 10 years ago came out, and suddenly we were like, whoa, we can talk to each other in real time through this instant messaging communication. But that's a disruptive technology, whereas Twitter or JQ or Ponce or any of these things is not disruptive. It is on demand when you want to get it, and it's how you want to get it and how you want to send your message as frequently or infrequently as you want to. There's a whole sort of art to twittering, in my opinion. Love it, like it, hate it. Is it revolutionary? I think so. I don't think it's just a little blip. I think micro-chunking this information is a step towards our society filling in the gaps, filling in that body language that we can't see. And that's important body language. It's telling us a lot about an individual or a social group. It's telling us what's on their mind. What do you think? Twitter, just a bunch of birds yapping, yapping, yapping? Or is it an important evolutionary step? I'll let you be the judge.